Are you trying to figure out what the best alternative to the Apple Watch is, especially all you Android users? Well, the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 might be a contender, but if you're buying it purely for fitness, man, does it make your life hard. Here's my review of this Samsung fitness device. Hi guys, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dr. Munim Moiz and I'm a family medicine physician, also known as a GP in the UK. This channel is for all things digital health technology because we believe digital health tech can not only help get you fit, but also help keep you fit. Let's start with a rapid fire rundown of the key features of this watch. The watch is available in two sizes, a 44mm and 40mm size. This is pretty standard for most fitness wearables these days. There are two variants of each size, one with LTE or 4G and one without. Again, pretty standard in this day and age. At the time of writing, the basic model without 4G, but at the larger size, which is the size I would recommend, is £249 or $299 in the United States, increasing to £287 or $449 with LTE. You can buy international variants of the watch on Amazon, which start at around $203 in the US. Now, it comes in aluminium and stainless steel variants, but also special models such as an Under Armour model, which is pretty cool. The watch is compatible with Android phones that are using 5.0 software and above, with 1.5 gigabytes of RAM and above. It can also connect to iOS devices that are iPhone 5 and iOS 9.0 and above. The watch has what you'd expect it to have: NFC, Bluetooth 5.0, a GPS, Super AMOLED display, and it runs Samsung's pretty great Tizen OS. Now, battery life is stated to be around 43 hours with typical use, and I can attest to that. It's been excellent for battery life. The model is technically capable of monitoring your heart rate, the hours you sleep, your exercise levels. You can even swim with it as it has a water resistance rating of about 50 meters. It can help with breathing exercises to calm you down, and you can even use fitness classes on the phone app to follow along too. Now, for the reason you guys are really here, the health impact. So let's start with the positives first. The watch's display of core data like distance run, walked, heart rate, laps is beautiful. The screen is responsive when you're not exercising. The list of potential activities you can log is seemingly endless, going beyond the most popular activities of running, cycling, swimming, to specific gym-based exercises as well. I really love this because it lowered the barrier to using the device by acknowledging we are all different in terms of the exercises that we like to do. All of this is logged onto the phone app for you to review. The non-health related features such as notifications from your phone, setting alarms, changing watch faces, changing the weather work incredibly well, and just playing with Tizen OS can be actually addicting. Because the watch is so easy to use and so colorful, you really do want to engage with it and use it fully, which in turn gets you moving and exercising with it. It's so comfortable on the wrist. I prefer actually wearing it 1,000 times over to the Fitbit Charge 4 device. The benefit of enjoying the experience of wearing it most of the day is that it auto-detects exercise, and so almost all exercise worthy of measuring, even the shortest walk to the shops, was picked up quite nicely. So one of the great things about this watch is it will actually measure how many reps you're doing of different types of exercises. So let's show you exactly how that's set up on the watch itself. You go from the main screen, you just click on workout. Oops, there we go. Click on workout, and then you can see any number of different exercises. So here we're going to try a couple of bench presses, and if we click on that, that will take us to the basic animation, and it will tell us when we are ready. So it's telling me now to get into position to start the workout, and hopefully it will count the number of reps that we're doing, and it will talk to me as we're doing that. So let's do it. So the watch has just told me I've done 5 reps. And that's 10 reps. And it's just told me that. So if we look back on the watch itself, it's now telling me that we can take a break, and I could potentially click on skip, and it'll tell me to get to the next lot of reps. So now if we were to just stop the exercise right there, you can see the number of exercises, the number of reps, and the time it's taken, as well as my average heart rate. So on that, we can click finish and we go, yep, finish workout. Just before we get to the negatives, if you're getting value out of this video, we would be so grateful if you would let us know by hitting the like button below. Now to the negatives. Muhammad Ali once said, "It's not bragging if you can back it up." In today's world, data analysis is everything. The problem with this Samsung watch is the data it collects is very basic with very few useful insights, in my humble opinion. You don't get an idea of your cardiovascular fitness through any scoring mechanism. There are no proxy calculations for VO2 max, no calculation of fitness zones. When you purchase a device that is over $200, I expect at least the app it connects to do data crunching and give me some useful information that I don't have to figure out myself. Let's talk about sleep monitoring. It lacks the sophistication of insight. There's something like the Fitbit Charge 4, for example, lets you know, for example, how restless you were in the night and provides you with even a breakdown of how much REM sleep you were in and what your oxygen variability was. You get a great overall sleep score with Fitbit that is easy to interpret, and then you can identify your sleep factor or lifestyle factors that you can change, maybe to improve your score. It just explains the meaning of that data to you very well. Now, the Samsung data provision to me was a little bit cold, a little bit binary. It tells you the time you fell asleep and woke up. Big deal, I could work that out myself. How much time you're in light sleep, deep sleep, REM, and how much time you're awake. But it stops there, and you kind of start wondering, what does that actually mean to me? Give me a better way to interpret it, like say a daily sleep score. When you do want to check your data whilst exercising, the watch has a bad habit of switching the screen off and being quite difficult to switch back on when you're like running, for example. Now, I'm sure there must be a setting to keep it on, but having to deep dive into the settings to find it is really annoying. Now, the exercise courses are sequestered from mostly third-party organizations from what I could see, and that lacked a personal touch. And the fitness classes are identical, really, to what many of us have seen so many times before. It didn't seem exciting or different. The watch doesn't detect the reps that you do for certain exercises very well. On many occasions, my movements weren't being registered, and that was really frustrating. So let's do some lunges with the watch as well and see how well it counts the number of lunges that we're doing. If we take a look, interesting. So it hasn't actually measured the number of reps I've been doing. Now, that could be a technique thing, but I wonder why. And let's just see if I slightly change the position, if it picks up on the number of reps a bit better. I still can't see that it's recording anything at all. So this is very, very strange. What does work well though is a connection between the phone and the watch. Simply starting your workout routine on the watch actually activated it on the app as well without you needing to do anything extra. The breathing exercise and stress monitoring feature of the watch is gimmicky at best. If the watch was smart enough to detect automatically when I'm stressed, that would be cool, but I don't need to double check if I'm stressed by clicking a button on a watch to tell me when I'm stressed. I know when I'm stressed, okay? So this is in contrast to rumored features with the next Apple Watch, which are likely to be able to detect panic attacks automatically. Now, technically the watch can actually measure your ECG, EKG in the United States, and even your blood pressure, but Samsung have not managed to release these features in the USA or UK as yet. Such a missed opportunity by Samsung, because if these features were present and accurate, particularly the blood pressure, then the fitness value of the watch might be transformed. Until it does though, this watch lacks sophistication and doesn't really engage you well enough in its health and fitness tracking, I think. Out of curiosity, let me know in the comments below if you would use a blood pressure function on a watch like this. So overall pros: easy screen and operating system to use, comfortable and smart to wear, and excellent non-fitness functionality. Overall negatives: poor motion tracking with specific exercises, bad integration of exercises videos, limited data insights into your fitness. If you're serious about getting healthy and you don't have an iPhone or you don't want to pay copious amounts of money, then for just under £130 or $150 less, you are far better off getting a Fitbit device. If, however, you want a general purpose watch that looks pretty good and fitness is a secondary goal, then the watch is worth considering because there is no doubt it's stylish and comfortable to wear, and arguably the best wearable fitness device is the one that you take pride in wearing and eventually end up using. The data insights are limited, but they're not useless, and maybe those who are used to seeing fitness data can actually interpret the data fine. To make your lives easier, we put links in the description below for more information on this and the Fitbit device and where you can buy this or the Fitbit Charge 4. Also, check out our recent review of the impressive Fitbit Charge 4. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, click the like button below and punch the subscribe button just like Muhammad Ali would do. And remember, no matter how you're getting healthy and staying healthy, have fun and smash those goals.